Hey there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Local Influencers Podcast. I'm your host, Abel, and on today's podcast, I am joined by artist, photographer, content creator, Rene Guerrero. Rene, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Rene is, like I said, all the above, artist, photographer, and I would just say content creator. Definitely saw your Instagram, your photography Instagram. Awesome. We're going to get into all of that. But I know that when I saw that you submitted to be on that podcast, you said that you had just graduated with your degree recently. So congratulations on that, first of all.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So I guess let's start from the very beginning. Like, what interested you? Like, what made you interested in the photography and art and kind of just creating in general?
Well, I think I think I've always been an artist, but probably since like elementary school. But I really and until like probably the fifth grade, I had moved to Cal Allen, and then I kind of stopped doing art and then kind of ventured off into like other stuff like skateboarding and stuff. And it wasn't until like recently, until like the pandemic, where I just started getting back into like art, or like actually like drawing and sketching and stuff. But before that, I took a liking to film photography because a lot of my friends are photographers, and we kind of all lived in like the filmmaking world. And it's like, all right, well, we can't really like make films all the time, so let's just go out and like shoot pictures. And it kind of went into that. And I was like, I want to try it. And my friend, my one of my best friends, Jake Gonzalez, he said, well, I'll let you use my camera. And I was all like, really? He's like, yeah, here, just go ahead and use it, go mess around with it. So I started messing around. And I bought my own rolls, or my own film rolls. And then it kind of spawned for that. And I actually never have bought like a film camera because
Oh,
the one that he gave me, I had broke it because I was skating around, and I accidentally, and it was in my backpack, and like I had fell, and then I guess like something happened with like the button or shutter, and I broke. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, dude. It's like an expensive camera. He's like, oh no, don't worry about it. And then like I don't know, like a few months later, he bought me another one.
one.
But yeah, film cameras are kind of like, they can be expensive, but the one I got right now, it's probably like $10 maybe. I got it for like $10, and then plus the film, like however much you spend on film. So yeah. To answer your question,
Hmm.
how did I get started? I guess I just always been an artist.
Yeah, I think I've interviewed quite a few different like just creators, and I feel like um artistic people, whether it's film, whether it's like doing hair, cosmetology type of tattoo artists. I feel like everyone has always had that little like spark in them since like at a young age. Like whether it's like you're doodling nonstop. Like I was one of those because I write books, so I'm kind of, it's like my form of art is like writing, and then obviously like like content creating. And but I always remember like in class like doodling and just like in my head just running 1,000 miles per hour, all
Yeah,
the
for
time.
sure. Yeah. I think I even like, I think I remember doodling like just random stuff in class. And it wasn't until recently, like, where I was looking at some of my art, or like some of my sketches. I'm like, oh man, like I really need to work on that. Like that looks like something that I would draw like in third grade or something. I'm like, oh, it's like, oh, I need to work on that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get.
I had to go to the form of like writing and like I said, podcasting and the content creating, and like I can do like digital create content, but art, like I can barely write my name, so drawing and something is
Yeah.
not going to be my forte. But so I know, like you said, that you're getting into more of like the film type of stuff. What is your favorite form of like creating? Is it like the film? Is it photography? Is it drawing? What do you find that you're like, or do you go through phases where you kind of like one over the other for a little bit of a period of time?
I think for a while, uh I think for a while it was like filmmaking, or it's like I think it was right out I got out of high school. I was really deciding what I wanted to do, and then I kind of stumbled like on CC7 day for the past like or like I stumbled upon it. I was like, "Yo, let's do this." And like after I did that, after I went through the whole like motions and everything, um, I was all like, "Okay, this is all I want to do. Like, I just want to filmmake. Like, this is it. This is like I'm gonna watch as many movies as I can. I'm gonna meet as many people, and then I'm going to like write. I'm going to like plan out. I'm gonna watch all these like YouTube videos on like how to filmmake. And I think it was about maybe 3 years ago where it was um where I was like grinding so hard for it. Like, and at the time I didn't have a car. Um, I was I was making this film, and like it was so draining. It was like honestly like sucking the life out of me. And I was shooting all night on weekend, waking up for work at like 7 in the morning. Then on top of that, I would go to school and then go to work and then plan out the next weekend. And I was like, oh my god, this is like painful. Like I'm killing myself. And so like after that was done, like after we wrapped that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna really reevaluate. Like, do I really want to do this? And so I started taking pictures. Like I started like going out taking pictures with film, and at the time Corpus Christi camera was still around, so it was like easy for me to like pick up film and then drop off film and then pick up film, and then like that process. And then once I was getting like back my pictures, I was like, oh, I get it. Like I get why like I like this is because like um it could be like a still from like a movie, and not really like its standalone picture, but like I can see this being like a still to maybe like a project that I done. And then it's kind of like me doing that, and then like me broadening, I guess, my uh or being more open-minded to photography. It's just like not really a standalone still from a movie, but just like a moment that happened. And so like after like the filmmaking, I started getting into film and then taking pictures, and like, okay, I could definitely like I definitely like this. I definitely like this. It's like it's all me doing it. I don't gotta collaborate and then like, kill myself for something, and it's kind of like going at my own pace. And so like with that being said, like for a few years I was doing photography, and then it wasn't until the pandemic where I was like, all right, I'm going to want to really like uh kind of reevaluate. And at the time I was home a lot, and so I actually wanted to start animating or try to like get on that. I was like, I got time, I could do it. And then like as I was trying to animate, it's like, oh man, I cannot draw. I cannot draw to like save my life. And so I had started looking at videos on like how to draw, and kind of just like YouTubing how to draw. And then like and then I was like, let me get good, or let me try to like get comfortable, or like comfortable enough to like show that I can show myself that I can draw. And so since the pandemic started, I just kind of been on that. Like I really gotten into like drawing and like sketching or whatever, or trying to. So like what drawings you see is like is really just the newest venture that I'm on. So to answer your question, like, yeah, it's kind of like, I guess what I'm feeling. Uh, I might be feeling filmmaking. I might be feeling photography. I might be feeling like just straight art. And so, yeah, I guess just that's the kick I've been on, or what kick I will be on.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely feel that. It's just kind of like you don't want to burn yourself out doing focusing so much on one thing, and
Yeah.
then you start to kind of resent it. Like
Yeah.
something that becomes fun and it's supposed to be like fun, then you're like, I hate this. I don't want to do this ever again. It's trash. You know what I mean? Like I know
Yeah.
that feeling. I think a lot of the
Absolutely.
listeners to this would know that too.
Yeah,
Burnout.
like filming, man, I got so burned out because like I used, and like I hear a lot of filmmakers say that, like, I'm just so burnt out. Like I just want to do something. I just don't want to do it anymore. So that's kind of where I was, and like I hate this. Like it sucks, man. It's like, and then it's more so like a job now than when it was just like a bunch of like friends just making, I guess, just movies or whatever. And I did get my degree in like film or like media arts, and then it's kind of like me seeing it as like for what it is. Like um it could be, well, not that it could be, it kind of is like a job. Like I'm treating it more like work instead of like, kind of like something like a hobby, as in like drawing or photography. So it's like, it's kind of like that aspect. So in a way, it's kind of like a good thing because like I can see it as it's like, okay, this is work. I need to take this really seriously. And then like photography is like, all right, this is just fun, like where I can mess up, going at my own pace, and like it feels good to like, make those mistakes, and I'm like, oh, it's fine, like it's not detrimental. Maybe detrimental to me because like I do want it to look the way I want to, because I feel like I developed this a taste. And then it's exact same thing with like sketching or something. It's like, oh, I messed up, but it's okay. Like I do go hard on myself with drawings, because it's like I'm making this I'm making this trying to mean something. It's like when I mess up, it's like, I didn't mean that. um, sorry, like I'm all scatterbrained thinking about some stuff, but yeah, that's just kind of how I feel. Yeah.
No, no worries. Yeah, like I completely get it. Like I think people listening that are creators are totally like shaking their head with you, like nodding in agreement, like everything you're saying. Like I think artists, I think we all are um have a sense of like we're always thinking of what's next, or we're always like the hardest on ourselves. You know what I mean? Like when I
Yeah,
first
for
started
sure.
podcasting, I hated anytime I would say like and like now I don't even
Oh
edit.
yeah.
I will not edit the podcast. I'm like that. It is what it like. If I was talking to someone during like we're having a casual conversation, I'm gonna say those things. So I'm like, this is not NPR. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
you're looking for NPR, find a different podcast, my friends. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
this is a very casual. Okay, yeah. So, like I was saying, I think your photography, some of the images, I would definitely see like in a coffee table book. Like, I know a few years ago, like Rihanna came out with like a book, and it was just a bunch of like images of her, and I definitely see some of your images, and I'm like, man, that could definitely be like on a coffee table book, like one of those that you just like see beautiful like work. And I don't say that just to say that. I really do mean it, because I want people to take my word for what it is, and I
Thank
stand
you.
by my word. So your photography, is it something, do you, because there's photographers, like I have a friend who's in photography, and she does like weddings, and she specializes in like nature photography, like that's her favorite thing. Now, do you like to do things like that, like weddings and stuff, or do you prefer to do more like a photo shoot type of thing where it's like where you can have like creative control over and stuff?
I have done like maybe, like a few weddings in in my lifetime. They're definitely like fun, and I definitely think like, but that's definitely I see that as like work, as in
Yeah.
like someone's gonna come up to you with like a list of demands, like, all right, I definitely want like, let's say like, I definitely want the kiss, and then I definitely want the reception to look like it's like this like magical thing, and I'm like, okay, for sure, like I can do that. But it's like, and then yeah, I can have that creative control, but like some people are like, I definitely want this and this, and like I really want that. I'm like, oh, okay, so there's pressure on that. Photography usually, and it's definitely like street photography. I don't like to put like a label on it because like I don't want to be known as like a street photography guy, but like essentially that's what it is. Um, with that, it's like me just walking around and then trying to find like something to shoot, and it's like, and like it's kind of left up to interpretation, like what the feeling is, and um or like how, other people might perceive it, or maybe people might think like, what was I feeling at the time, and it's like that's left up to interpretation, and then yeah. I'm sorry, what was the question again?
No, just like, do you prefer like doing like events like that, or would you rather have like creative control and kind of like you said, going out and shooting like what you feel like in the moment to like shoot? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
more like candid shots and kind of like for art. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
I would
yeah.
consider.
Yeah, no, definitely, like I do prefer like the creative, me going out on my own and doing something creatively, because like I'm like on nobody's like schedule. Like that's on me. Like, um most of the time when I'm shooting, it's just like, it's not because I have to shoot, it's because I want to shoot, I want to go out and like take these pictures of just like whatever it is that I see that looks cool, or something. I think one of my favorite photos that I ever shot was one of the gazebos, like one of the downtown gazebos, but like it was like almost like perfect like lighting, and like um it was like on a cheap like drugstore film that most of the pictures didn't turn out good in that role. And um like when I shot that, I remember that because it was on my birthday, and then my friend Jake was like, oh, we're gonna meet up with some people, they're gonna test out this cameras. Do you want to stop by? And I was like, yeah, I'm already shooting, like I'll meet y'all. And then right before like I was gonna meet him, I just snagged a photo just real quick of the gazebo, and like when I got the pictures back, it turned out like perfect. Like it was like the night sky was just blue before it was before like I guess it turned black, and then
Mm,
um and then the lights, like the balls. I actually have it up here hanging up. But it was like perfect. Like even like on my social media, it turned out perfect. And with that being said, like that's something that just happened. And I wasn't like, no one told me to take that picture. I just took it, and it turned out the way it turned out. And like that's like probably one of the funnest parts. Like I never know what I'm gonna get. Like I'm never like, I can just expose properly and hope that it'll turn out the way it turns out. But like usually like some of the stuff you see, I don't edit. I don't like try to like manipulate it in any type of way. It comes out the way it comes out. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. And like that's something that I really dig. Opposed to like doing something from work where it's like, oh, this is too dark. Maybe I need to bring up in post, and they're, oh, this is too this this picture I don't like, or it's not going to be the right feeling that this person wanted. So it's like, okay, so I gotta like delete it or fix it or do something like that. It's a lot more stress opposed to like doing something freely is like, so is like relieving. It's like therapy. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then whereas like yeah, like it's different when you have like a client, whereas
Yeah.
it's like you're creating this piece of like art for yourself because you enjoy it, and then if others enjoy it, that's cool too. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so
No,
cool.
for sure. Yeah.
I did see that you are obviously you do support Sam at El Loco
Oh yeah.
Collective. Sam, shout out to Sam because
Shout
she
out
helped me
Sam.
out. Yeah, she's amazing. I mean,
Yeah, you're telling me.
she's one of the coolest people I've ever talked to. The most like she comes up with the most genius ideas. I'm like, what in the hell is going on in that brain of yours, Sam? Um, she's amazing. So, how did you kind of get involved with El Loco Collective? And um, do you? And I know that you do have like I saw like stickers and stuff. And do you,
Yeah.
just like how did that come about? How did you get in touch with like Sam and all of that?
Well, it was about maybe this time last year. I was at the time I wasn't really taking pictures. Um, I was it was like probably right when the pandemic or like middle of like the start of the pandemic, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So at the time I was trying to learn how to draw, and then so she hits me up. She was like, "Yo, I'm gonna start like a website. Can I start a website to sell your pictures?" I was like, I guess so. Like I don't I'm uh I was like, you're gonna make a website for me and sell my pictures for me. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, do that. Yeah, like, um, and so it was kind of like I was thinking like she was solely going to be like selling my pictures, and then like um, and then she started like I guess as like the gear started turning on her end, she was like, okay, I'm gonna sell other people's picture. I'm gonna start selling other people's stuff too. And so I think she came up with the name. I forgot what the first name of a local collective was gonna be, but then she decided like on a local, and then that kind of spawned, and then she took off with it. How like however she did, like with her vision, and then saying that she was like I guess passionate about like selling other people's art too. It's like, okay,
Oh,
cool. Like, hell
she
yeah.
just I think she just likes to, she is such like a big supporter of local, and like her name El Loco Collective is perfect because she supports artists. She partnered with me, and she does like we have like our own like little page on her website where all
Yeah.
of my podcasts go. And Sam is just like big shout out. I just wanted to give her a shout out because I saw like you literally say like go support El Loco like on your Instagram bio.
Yeah.
So it's
Uh,
like,
well, yeah,
and
like, well, I don't think if you're supporting a local, you're supporting me too, because
yeah,
like you're giving me that like attention, you're giving me that love, and like that goes for like anybody who's involved, like with like uh anybody that like if you support a local, you're supporting like however many people that she has involved, and
like
like I think it was,
creators.
yeah, and I think it was crazy because like at the beginning, a lot of people thought El Loco was me. I was like, no, 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 that's not me. Like, that's that's not. I know like all my pictures are up on that, and like a majority of like uh a majority of the El Loco posts that she was trying to make was my pictures, and it was like she's trying to promote my stuff, and like that's like so cool. So a lot of people were coming up to me like, "Yo, is this you?" I'm like, "No, it's not me. That's a
They were
local.
like,
Follow."
they thought you were like pulling some kind of gossip girl stuff, like
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, no,
undercover.
that's not me.
Uh,
And I think some people still think it's me. I'm like, just to publicly like disclose, yeah, it's not me. I do a lot. I help out a lot, but it's not me.
so I guess one of my last questions is like, what would you say to someone, maybe like a younger listener or someone that's interested in creating art or going into photography or filmmaking? Like what are a couple like tips of like a like couple things of advice like you would tell someone like they're just like afraid to jump the gun? Like what are just like a couple things you would tell someone?
I would probably, and the best way I can do it is to like to tell like someone who's younger is to like kind of look at myself or some advice that I will give to my younger self, and hopefully that'll that'll translate to somebody trying to get into it. Is like just, and if you are trying to like get your stuff out there, is to just keep on like just keep on like doing what you're doing, because you probably already have developed taste and like something that you want, and I think that's big as an artist. And you are probably already creating stuff, but you're like nervous to put it out there. I would say just put it out there. Like, just don't even like think about like what other people are might feeling or what other people might say, because like I think like when it first started, I was like, oh, what is this? People, is it, are people gonna like it? Like, is that? And sometimes I still feel like that, but it's like, ah, whatever, I don't care. But um but like seriously, just I would say to my younger self just to put it out there, like, and like if you didn't like it, like move on, make it better, but like don't dwell on something like, oh, I didn't, this little piece wasn't right, this little piece, and like that bothers me so much. It's like, no, just keep going. Like, yeah, it is what it, yeah, that little piece is bothering you, or you didn't like, you didn't, I guess, do it or do it the way you wanted to, but like I don't ever think that you're gonna be happy with the work that you have done, or you feel like you could do more. And it's like, um just be satisfied that you got it done, and you were able to do that, and that's an accomplishment in itself, is that you did it. So I guess just try to like have that in mind and then keep going. Like, yeah, you didn't like that, but you will make it better
Yeah.
eventually on the next project or the next piece or whatever it is that you're working on. It will be better. It just takes time. Like, you got to put in time and work to make it to make it the way you want it to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, I answered
Yeah.
that question.
Yeah. Yeah. No one's, I always say, no one's first is ever good. Like J.K.
Yeah.
Rowling, the person that created Harry Potter, got rejected hundreds of times. I
Yeah.
always say that. I always say, like, Beyonce was in a girl group. They lost on one of those like pop shows, and like one of those like old fashioned like American Idol type shows. Her group lost, and she's Beyonce now. Like, nobody's
Yeah.
first ever is. You just, like you said, you tweak it, continue to tweak it until it makes you happy, and then if it makes you happy, it's going to eventually make others happy.
Yeah, yeah, and I fully like stand by that. And I fully believe that. And there's stuff that I'm making right now. Like, I hate, dude. I hate so much. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. Like, I don't. And then like I kind of take a step back and look at the bigger picture. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, that doesn't look, that isn't as bad as I thought it was. And
Yeah,
like, and maybe like when you're first starting out too, don't go as hard as you're trying to, because like burnout's a real thing. Like you will burn
for
out,
sure.
man. You will be like, I don't want to do this anymore. And it sucks because you really do like it, and you're like, damn. And then you have all these negative feelings, or you feel resentful towards like something that you started out because you love. And it's like, yo, chill, like just chill, and you'll be good. You'll be good.
Yeah, take it easy, definitely. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I remember my second season of this show. I recorded 12 episodes in a matter of like 2 weeks, and I edited, uploaded, scheduled, and it wasn't supposed to come out for like another month and a half. And I remember I did that, and I had to take a break. Like, I didn't end up recording another like episode for like maybe like almost 2 months. And I remember telling my social media manager at the time, like, I had a scheduled interview. I'm like, I don't even want to do it. I'm
yeah,
like, I don't want to interview anyone, but I enjoy doing this. And since I've taken a break and I've let control go of like certain aspects of it, like, my social media manager handles a lot. And so since I've let go a little bit, it's become fun again. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
cool.
And
So I'm sorry, what were you saying?
um No, yeah, and and I definitely feel that that just kind of like taking a step back is because I had since the I've started all this and like doing all this stuff, I feel like uh I feel like I'm kind of getting a grasp on filmmaking again, is where
Cool.
like I want to like I want to filmmake and I want to do the stuff, but I also can differentiate like between what's work and what is like fun, and it's not in the same category. I am they're both hold hands, or like they're both pretty similar, but it's not the same thing when it's like something where you're getting paid for this work, to whereas like you're making this because like you believe in it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So like I'm kind of getting a grasp on that with filmmaking, and um I think recently the the past film that I did, which I haven't done I haven't done a film in so long, and I really do want to do another one. My friend Marcus, like that was just all fun. Like shooting it, even editing it, like to me, like that's kind of like that's the style I want to go for. Like just dry humor, but like something that you can relate to. So yeah, like so
That's
burnout
a
is a real thing, and it sucks and it hurts, but yeah, I feel like that's something that like I'm able to overcome eventually. It just takes time. It
yeah,
really
for
does
sure.
just take time.
So, lastly, where can people find you, like social media? Where I know we mentioned your artwork is like with a local collective, but if you want to anything you want to plug, now is the time to do so.
Um, Strictly, most of my art is on Instagram. So my personal account and then my photography account, which is por favor aguacate. That's my photography. My main account is please chill with a underscore. But I try to differentiate. I try to make them different because they're both two different feelings. Or you feel different once looking at them. And so like por favor I got the photography. That's like that's a little that's way more serious. Because I do kind of take my photography a little pretty seriously, not too serious. Um, but that's definitely like a look and a feeling,
Hmm.
and that wouldn't necessarily translate well on my personal. And on my personal, it's like that's me. So whatever I'm feeling, I'm gonna post. So if it's a film, maybe I'm trying to like get a film out there. Yeah, I'll post that. Or or if it's some sort of drawing that I'm doing, or I've been working on, I'll post that and post on my story. So that's a little bit more relaxed, and more so you're gonna get a bigger side of me on there. But I do post art, and if you do want to see dope art, as I
Hmm.
should say, on there, follow Please Chill for most of my drawings and personal stuff, and follow Por favor Avocate for my pictures and stuff. So yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So I will definitely have links in the show notes for both Instagrams, so you can just click and be able to follow. And other than that, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, thank you for being flexible with your schedule.
Yeah, no
And,
problem.
and to the people listening, thank you guys so much for listening. Season 4, I can't believe I'm already here in season 4. And it started last November. Here we are, fall, a year later almost, and it's crazy. So thank you all so much for your support, and wherever you are, please go out in your community and do something good and make a difference. Have a great day, everyone, and we will chat soon.